Good morning, good morning. Rain is falling, lots of rain, right? There was a heavy shower just now, so I don't know how early I might be able to post up this video, but just know that if you come into Cora today, it's rainy weather. I don't know if it'll clear up as the day progresses, but lots of rain for now. So in the meanwhile, you don't really have much to see right now, but I'm sipping some coffee. I went to bed probably about 10 o'clock. Yeah, we had some good fun last night. You know, we premiered the video that I did yesterday going to Maracas, and then Lyndon premiered the one where I was getting the trim by the barber. Big up to Brent. Brent's barber shop is a true 3D barber shop. It's a place where people congregate and there's a lot of old talk. As you could see, Brent could carry on a show, and somebody say Brent deserves to have his own show. And I agree with you. All right. I want to send some greetings out this morning. People like Hanafa, Susie, Arnold and his wife from Princess Tongue. I'm waiting on some information from them. All right. He has a daughter and I believe it's 2 or 3 sons. All right. His daughter bought me a picture oil stove. Remember when we went to buy the Lotus? I was looking at a picture oil stove and then I said, you know, the better thing for us to buy right now is the Lotus. All right. So I want to say thanks to Annal's daughter for purchasing this picture oil stove. Of course, I had to get some pitch oil or kerosene for it, and we will do a little mount up, and we might even see if we could cook something on this pitch oil stove. So that is a whole process by itself. To my daddy, I want to say thank you very much for showing all those pictures, because you know it has some things you really forget, and you brought back so many memories yesterday when you know you showed all those pictures where the tractor was digging out the foundation and the septic tank. And I even understand that yesterday you posted this and Auntie Claudia was in one of the pictures, and I think you told me that Valerie or Lizzie saw it, and they mentioned that yesterday was actually 16 years since Auntie Claudia passed away. The very said day that you posted. So that was something else. Well, you know, as I said in the video yesterday, it was a roller coaster of emotions, and I have to say that I'm really grateful that I made it. I made it through the day, and I enjoy spending the time with my mom, my sister, and Prudence. It was good. It was good. I hope you have a cup of coffee. My own is piping hot. So this week I'm hoping somewhere during this coming week here that I could go to Mount Hope where I need to do 2 different ultrasounds. I a little nervous. A little nervous about it. I won't lie. I don't feel anything strange, but I mean, from the time you hear the doctors want to send you for whether it's an ECG or they're recommending ultrasound, your mind is starting to run away on you a lot. Hey, I wonder why they sending me for this test, boy. So I just learning to take one day at a time and hey, listen, let me go and get these tests done, get the results, go back to the doctor, and we treated it from there. So I don't know what your day was like yesterday. Did you go to the beach? Did you go to the river? Did you make a cook at home? Did you do nothing? Did you go to the zoo? To the mall? To the cinema? You could always put it in the comments if you so desire. I know I went to the beach. If you know how I love to hear the raindrops dropping, particularly on the teak leaves, because the teak leaf is very broad, so it has a lot of surface area, and just hearing the raindrops falling on the teak leaves is so relaxing. There are a lot of rain flies on the ground right now, so I make sure I close the door. Otherwise, it will be rain flies all over. They say that these rain flies are actually termites that get wings when the rain begins to fall. Never really did any research into it, but I can tell you, I have passed in areas already where you actually see these rain flies coming out of the ground. The nest is usually in the ground itself, and you will just see them flying out. Just for the record of it, I think people really might be misreading into something. I am very careful when I'm choosing my words. And up to this moment, I have never disclosed what is the nature of the problems that we encountering right now. The only thing I'm doing is I am expressing how I feel emotionally. At times I'm happy, and I showing people that I am happy. It have times that I have my sad moments, and I expressing it. All right? It have times I will say I miss my family, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have never gone in to what the matter is. I have never done that. Right? So, there are some people that will be throwing in the little comments, and as I say, I have no problem with that, right? But I also want all you to know something, that if somebody goes on another person's page, all right, and leave comments, I have no control over that. I have no control over that. The same way people may be coming and dropping comments on my page, and I wouldn't even say it's negative comments. I will say that is constructive comments, right? I mean, there are one or two of them that just really doesn't make sense, where the person has no idea what they're talking about and will just drop a comment. All right? And how I just treat with that? Well, if somebody drop a comment and I realize that, hey, this is just really to create a bacchanal or some kind of thing, I just simply don't respond. Remember, YouTube is like a public platform, and people could see whatever they want to see. That is the freedom. The only time I say that I will delete a comment is if somebody happens to use obscene language, because I am quite aware that there are a lot of children locked on to the channel, and they could read and they will be going through the comments. So if I really see something that out of timing, I have no choice especially for the purpose of my young readers, I have to delete those comments, because I have maintained since the beginning of this channel that you could safely leave your child looking at the television, watching my content, because it ain't going to have no outer timing talk, thing like cursing and that kind of thing. No. So if you come into the comment section and you use that kind of language, brother or sister, your comment getting deleted only because of the opposite language. Look, I'll give a perfect example. King Vivek. King Vivek is a fella, young, how old he is? Probably 10, 12, I'm not too sure, right? But he is always locked on. He is commenting. All right. So if he commenting, that means to say he also reading the comments. So I know I have at least for sure one young person looking at my channel. So sorry, but I can't leave that kind of comment. No. I even urge in the video where I went to get the haircut, right? I even urge subscribers, hey, if all you want, or you go ahead and licks me, I could take the talks. All right? Because most of y'all that commenting is either you do know the whole story, or you know part of the story. All right? So if you comment and I know that, hey, I have never spoken to you, and I know that you have not spoken to the other party, I know you just on bacchanal. And To plenty people, this thing, it turning into a big soap opera, all right? But it turning into a big soap opera due to the comments, but not the content, right? Not the content. So, and I'll tell you something. Regardless of which family it is, when you're here, you're going through issues in your life. You can't help it. Everybody's affected. Everybody. And who knows, maybe one day, sometime in the future, one of these children might want to do some sort of self-improvement, and they may be able to go back. It have videos from on my side, it have videos from on the other person's side, and they may be able to go back and extract some sort of information that will be able to help them find themselves. All right? So, guys, I'm not doing this only for the purpose of making a video or thing. No, I am leaving a trail behind, a daily vlog, right? A daily vlog that maybe they may be able to extract something to be able to know that, hey, that's why I keep leaving little messages. I keep leaving little messages that, you know, I love all you, I'm missing all you. Nothing wrong with that. So what wrong with me as a father leaving a love message for my daughters? But you see, sometimes, you know, people, they're just leaving a comment hoping to trigger you into going a little deeper into your personal matters. Well, you have a real good task on your hand. As I see, all they might be able to tell from my facial expressions that way, boy, something wrong there, boy, or that man ain't telling the truth about something. You could make any kind of assumption, but it ain't going to encourage me to come outside here and talk my personal business. No. That ain't happening. There's not no Young and Restless show. This is a vlog, as I say, about me fighting through situations, showing all you how I just do it. All right, and I am telling you, there are many people that contact me and, hey, boy, you know, the videos that you're doing, it really helped me because I myself is be in a stage of depression, and you know, it what you're doing, it actually encouraged me to get up and do something. Some people mentioning that, you know, they're being motivated by the garden and they're actually starting up a little garden. That's good. That is what I want. That's what I want. You know? And to all these single mothers out there, I want all of you to know that I know how hard it is. I want all of you to know that I know how hard it is. All right, daddy no longer on the scene. You have all the chores to do. The relationship might be so bad that if something was to happen, like a pipe burst in the house, you can't call your husband to come and, hey, you could come and fix this pipe for me. It have some men, when you hear they cut off. All right. A single mother might end up in a situation where she may have gone to maybe the doctor, running late, school almost over, right? Have some single mothers who wouldn't be able to call the ex and say, well, hey, listen, I really need some assistance, boy. Can you go and pick up the kids? So I want to urge the dads outside here that if by chance your ex-wife or your wife that you're separated from calls upon you for help, remember, these are also your children. All right? And, don't be vindictive and say, well, no, well, listen, I out of the picture, So, you make out how you had to make out. You can't do your kids that. You can't do your kids that at all. I sorry, but as a father, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You might be in a situation where you're married, let me say a divorce, and you end up getting married, right? And your ex call upon you that, hey, I really in a jam here. There are a couple of factors. You yourself might want to help, or you might want to help, but your current wife don't want you to have anything to do with that matter. And let me tell you something. Plain talk, bad manners. If your current wife asking you to basically neglect the needs of your children, you have some matters to deal with. You have some matters to deal with, because it still remains your children, and you have an obligation to assist if you're called upon. All right? So, but it calls for a lot of maturity if you're in a situation like that. It calls for a lot of maturity, and you have to be able to stand up to do what you had to do. Well, I see the sun is coming up. Not bright, of course, because there are clouds. There are clouds obscuring the true sunlight. So you'll get to see what a rainy morning looks like in Cora. So today is Sunday. So we're talking about things like rice, macaroni pie, baked chicken, some people curry and duck, dal puri, bus-up shot. Some people like the stew pork. Some stew beef. Yeah, man. And I had to say, I really enjoyed watching Trini out and about yesterday, and it was really nice to see, the YouTubers together and having a fun time. It was good. It's good when you see collaborations. I love collaborations because, the thing about it is when you are a YouTuber, all right, and let me say you're going solo, you have the camera in your hand. So it's only at the point in time that you feel you're ready for the camera, you in control, and you can start a tape, right? And then of course you could carry it a step further. You mightn't like how a particular part come out, or somebody might end up cursing, or some music start to play in the background, and you have things like copyright strikes, so this is where now you could go and edit, and you could fine tune and make it nice. But I would tell you something. Since I come out as St. Anne's, one of the things I really try to do is really cut out the cursing altogether. All right? I ain't saying it in one or two instances where I use a piece of obscene language, right? But it is something that really I kind of eradicated from my vocabulary. So these videos that I just be doing here is very easy for me to edit, because I know you don't have any outer time in talking it. I ain't cussing, right? The only thing I might edit out is if, let me say, I'm doing a little shot in, let me say, Tunapuna, and I realize that, hey, my camera end up focusing a little too much on somebody who might have been passing in the background, I will edit out that part. If the camera was a little too close to a number plate, I edit it out. So these videos that I'm making, it's very easy to compile up a couple of videos and just join them up nice, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Nothing fancy, nothing elaborate. As Lyndon, I like Lyndon channel name, Lyndon Baptiste Raw. Raw, you're getting it. You're getting it real. Somebody had make a comment on one of my earlier videos where I wake up, I think it was something like 5:30, and I was making a cup of coffee, and somebody say, look at that face. When you wake up, your face swell up, the pillow mark up your face, like if you have spider web all over your face. And the person say, they love this. No fakery in this bakery. I really forget who made the comment, but it's a comment that remain in my head. Yeah. I comfortable. I really comfortable in my own skin. The birds beginning to chirp. The cocks are crowing. I hope this camera cheaper enough, because if I could recall, I didn't clear my gallery. Oh gosh, that could be something else. I'm frightened to get up and check. Let me see what's going on here. Guys, if by chance this camera stop rolling, I'm going to ball. Guys, it's a nice morning. Everything is looking so green because the rain would have washed off all the dust from on the leaves. All right, there are birds chirping. It's a beautiful morning. A nice cool breeze is blowing through. Quite refreshing. So maybe a little later on today, I'll do another video. All right. I try my best to keep all you entertained. All right. I enjoyed the little sip and chat this morning. And I'll end off the video by giving all you I love you. Guys, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday. Be safe in whatever you do. All right. Remember, if you're going to Maracas, the rain is falling. We gotta start to look out for things like landslides. All right. So enjoy your day. This is Mr. Sana sending lots of love and happiness.